Hello and welcome to the channel. My name is Corey with Skinnyfat. We are continuing our descent into madness on Amnesia, the Dark Descent. Yeah, right now we're just trying to figure out what we are supposed to do in this Fabergé egg room. Now that I think about it, I may actually...
Is this still time witnessing then? If so, blame yourself. You started this. You sent me that letter asking for help, and this is how you repay me? How dare you?
Alright. I think I might have missed something in this
Find a way.
previous area. But I could be wrong. The fear had begun to drown him again. He reached once more to the empty bottle of laudanum. In frustration, he smashed it against the bedpost.
These cells are meant to hold prisoners who are under treatment. The people you send for will end up here. Remember that the confinement itself works as a preamble to the torture, and you should pace yourself. Don't take anyone before they are ready.
Understood.
Sounds from the torture chambers are shuttled in through those pipes in the ceiling. Manage your victims well, and let one prisoner's pain instill terror in his cellmate.
Yeah, all these people suck. Well, know what? I gotta be jerks about it.
Alexander is quite impressive in many ways, but he has grown impatient.
Thanks. Alright, well, I have explored all this. I wonder if there's... maybe there's stuff back up at the other side of the staircase here? Pretty neat, this guy's getting hung up on a stair. Don't know that he would get any agility points. I'm so sorry. Alright, so clearly I'm missing something. So let's look around again. Something must be wrong with the machinery. Alright, so... nothing looks weird here. Alright, well let's walk around and see if we can figure out what the problem is. Yeah, I know, it's, it's spooky in the dark. Alright, well I can't do anything here.
What happened to her?
Well, I don't know. Alright. What am I missing? What am I missing? What am I missing? I have to be missing something. And I don't know what it is. Ugh, excuse me. I feel like I should be able to go through there, but I can't.
Ah, you again. Why me? I'm the next best thing. Alexander really wanted none other than Johann Heyer. You never heard of Johann Heyer? My God, boy.
Oh.
He's the greatest man in history, and you don't know him? Or is it the world has forgotten?
Huh. Alright. Well, is there... Okay.
Heyer was my pupil. My pupil. Yes, I do take pride in that. Is it so wrong?
Oh, come on. Well, let's see if that works.
Language had not been plundered. Do you know Matthias? I suppose it doesn't matter. It is an old faith, building temples out of caverns. The dark walls being the universe, and inside are its followers. Children watching the sky slowly turn. But the followers do have one thing to allow them a real sense of connection to creation. The orbs.
Alright, so I think that may have gotten this working. Let's see if he can run up these stairs better this time. Nope. No. Daniel, you goof. Alright. So... Dison? I think. Yeah. Alright, let's see if this helps. No, lift up, you dangus. Lift up. Yeah. I refilled the lantern with a few drops of oil. That still won't budge. That still has rocks in it. Let's go explore these other rooms. Hope we don't run into a bongo.
Daniel, you have gone too far. I have to stop you. I can't let you proceed any further. I'm sorry, my friend.
Think I'm gonna be alright? Maybe. Alright.
Ah, you again.
Yeah.
Got the doors open? Good going. I knew you could do it.
Thanks, buddy.
Not many orbs are left. They sometimes consume themselves or break.
Alright.
She dead?
Come on, you can reach your hand back further than that, pal. Agrippa channels where? Where taunts me from the other side. Sorry, I'm not going to do that. I trusted him with my true reasons for my efforts, and still he insists on me releasing Agrippa. How an enlightened man can show such lack of compassion in a seat of power disgusts me. I can't bring myself to part from Agrippa, as he is and has been for centuries my only link to the worlds beyond. Wire claims, or where, I don't know, claims he tries his best to release me from my banishment, but that he needs me to give him Agrippa first, so he too can help. If he could guarantee success, I would happily oblige, but how am I to part with him if my return might be denied? I know what they're capable of. I've seen their deception. Optimism is a most hopeless feeling, but I must retain it. I shall prepare for his release. To release Agrippa without killing him, Ware told me to feed him a tonic made from a paralyzer, Vita, and Tempter. The poisonous fungi should work as a paralyzer if I can find the internal gland from a large specimen. The choir seems to be a fertile grounds for this sort. I should then be able to extract its contents with the proper tools. The Vita could be extracted as usual from any agonized human victim's blood. I just need large amounts to distill it properly. Remember to collect this during the next torture session. Tamter, on the other hand, will prove more difficult. I don't think it exists in this world. Simply writing the word with these letters looks wrong. I believe it's a property of the secretion in the water-dwelling Karen. I will have to address Wire with this, as he will have to supply me with the host. Also, a properly prepared well should suffice to contain it. Well, let's see what that says, because I don't understand any of that. Make sure 3 ingredients. A wooden bucket filled with sticky tart. Oh. In court, the Order of the Black Eagles spew their politics at each other while I sit quietly in place, willfully forgotten. Once in a while, someone will notice me and lose themselves in a silent cower before regaining their senses. They all know I am the one and the same Alexander who helped their fathers and grandfathers to found this great order. I've seen them take their fathers' places, and they too will grow old and pass away, while I remain the same, aged not by time, but by anguish. Well, seems kind of unpleasant. Let's see what's over here. Oh, we'll go in the choir entrance. I gotta drink something. This episode brought to you by coffee. Alright, I'm sorry. I'm getting on my own nerves this morning. I guess this is what happens when you just don't sleep. You get a little punchy and weird. Pick up that tinderbox. I'm alright on that Kniffy. After the men had secured the prisoner, the ritual began. Alright. Well, I don't know that necessarily helps me, but thanks. Oh.
15th of August, 1839. The blood wards are failing. The shadow beckons, and its cry disarms my actions. Hurry. No time to spare. You have to kill another.
What?
Alexander produces a knife. He wants me to cut the flesh. Do it. Save yourself. He is a murderer, Daniel. He is evil. A cold-blooded killer. Hurry.
Can I leave? I cannot.
Alexander, you must let me be. I have to concentrate. Take the man, cut the lines, cut the flesh, watch the blood spill, let it come.
Can I leave now? I don't want to do this. Okay.
Please, I didn't do anything. Paint the man, cut the lines. Paint the man, cut the lines. Please, the man cries. Now you see. I did well. one life for another. You hear me, Guardian of the Orb? I did all this for you. Now, once more, withdraw your shadow from my domain.
Oh. What if I didn't go outside? The lantern is not working because it's on that.
There isn't much time. I can feel it. We must act swiftly. I will do whatever it takes.
Well. It's kind of creepy. Oh, good. Yeah, I'm struggling a little bit here, pal. We'll go down here. See if this makes it better. Apply main hull. The thick liquid spread across his tongue. He swallowed excessively to consume every drop. He looked through the window at the widespread forest and morning sun. Will this ever end, he thought. Oh, good.
What are my intentions, Daniel? Salvation. It used to be yours, but now you only seek misplaced revenge. How do you justify your violence? Is it for the greater good? Are you doing the world a service? It is you who caused all this pain and death. If you had accepted your fate and submitted to the orb when you first discovered it, none of this would have happened. It is curiosity in league with your selfishness that is killing us both.
Well. I have to be honest. This is a little bit stressful. All right. So I can just go that way, but I don't know. Like, here's where I'm running into stuff. I'm trying to make sure that I'm exploring everything because I feel like that's pretty important. Excuse me. But then again, I also feel like the game's doing a pretty good job of pushing you in the direction of things where you need to go. Or making it to where, you know, you don't really miss anything. Maybe. So with that in mind, I'm gonna go over here. No, it wasn't there. Alright. Let's go this way. Oh, good.
The wheel is good for keeping your victims still during the procedure. They can be bound around the circumference or simply stretched across, tying limbs to the spokes and rim. All tools are by this point useful, and you may administer the torture in any way you like. But the forte of the wheel is the gaps. When you have decided that the victim shall die, You can smash their limbs with a hammer, making them fold in between the frame.
But they'll die. Too quickly, I mean.
No, don't worry. The human body is much more resilient. They can survive for days until they finally succumb.
Well, I got a piece of the orb. The murderer's limbs were tied to the spokes of the wheel. They turned the wheel slowly, but with intent, so the rope secured around his legs stretched and cracked the bone. He no longer had the strength to scream. The two men looked at each other knowingly and took a hammer and struck the victim's chest in a final act of mercy. Well. Alright, that does not appear to do anything, but we do have a piece of the orb, so that's kind of exciting. Under normal circumstances, I would absolutely cut off here, but I am going to go just a smidge further down the next hallway at least. Just because I'm having a hard time stopping playing this. Which I mean clearly I do multiple episodes in a day or, you know, whatever, but oh god. Well, this is unpleasant. Tell you what, since we're hiding at the moment, we're going to stop this episode here and pick back up on the next one. I hope you guys like what you see. If you do, give us a like, consider subscribing, leave a comment, do something. Or don't. Like, you know, you're your own boss. But anyway, my name's Corey with Skinnyfat. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you next time.